That's easy. Easy answer to that is be nice to everybody. Regardless, because you don't know who people are, you don't know what they need. Just be nice to everybody and provide them with the same energy you want somebody to provide me. Like that was one of the things that I learned from, stocking shelves, and then they start eventually put me out on the floor to just be nice to everybody, greet everybody with a smile. Hey, how you doing? Because a lot of people will deal with you based off your energy. So I always know that energy transfers. So if you got good energy, it's going to transfer to you and it's going to transfer back to me, and it'll transfer down the line. So that was one of the things that I learned that, working at Walmart was to be nice to everybody.
Welcome to the Real Estate Proverbs Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Jefferson, and today we have a special guest, Mr. Gerrad sells Atlanta. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good, Kevin. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well.
Thank you for having me on here. It's a pleasure, man.
For those who don't know who you are, and I don't know why they don't know who you are, tell us who you are.
All right. My name is Gerrad Davis, aka Gerrad sells Atlanta. Graduated from Georgia Southern University. I'm a realtor, should I say top producing realtor here in Atlanta. Multi-million producing a couple years in a row. Also a real estate investor. I also have, a Turo luxury car business as well. So I got my hands in a lot of different things, but that's just kind of a brief synopsis of who I am.
Got you. So when you went to college, what was your major?
Not totally different. My major was kinesiology. My degree is in kinesiology because I had aspirations of actually being a physical therapist or a doctor of sports medicine. But things changed and life happened. So I started out kind of working at like pulmonary, cardiopulmonary rehab briefly, but man, that was just on an as needed basis. And I was like, this ain't paying the bills. So I had to shift gears, man. And since then, I started out on the bottom like everybody else, man. Like a lot of people come out of college, they get a pretty decent job. Man, my job was at Walmart. I was stocking shelves overnight at Walmart over on Lawrenceville Highway, but I moved up in corporate. I moved to the corporate side of things. And then fast forward, 2018, I had been an HRIS consultant for like 10 years. And then, I just kind of reached a glass ceiling. I kind of got depressed and I was like, this ain't it, like I was overwhelmed. I started going to work and I was, almost like I was having an anxiety attack. Like I get a headache as soon as I walk in the door. And I was just like, something got to give. So I put in my resignation like November 1st, 2018. I remember it like yesterday. And I put it in effective immediately. I didn't do a 2 weeks notice. Kev, I did it right then. I was like, if I'm gonna make a change, I gotta make a change right now. So from that, the following week, I was in real estate school.
So when did you get your license?
Actually, I got my license in 2019, like April 2019.
Why real estate?
Well, that's a good question. Reason I chose real estate because one, I have so many connections, here in Atlanta, surrounding areas, other cities. Two, I felt like this is a field that I can get into. I can be myself and I can supplement the income that I was making in corporate America because I was making good money. And initially when I got in here, I just prayed to God. I was like, hey, I just want to supplement my income. I just want to make what I was making in corporate. But fortunately enough, God saw a bigger plan for me. And I also wanted back the quality of life. My quality of life was terrible when I was in corporate America. I was working 12, 13 hours in the office. I was coming home and I was working on my computer, on my laptop, another 2-3 hours. So I'm spending all this time working for a company, making them rich, and I have no quality of life. And my paycheck is going to be the same whether I work 30 hours or 120 hours, my check's going to be the same. So, I decided, I was like, man, let me get into real estate. Let me try my hand at real estate. I was like, I love people. People love me. And I was like, let me just get out here and try it. So that was kind of like one of my deciding factors, like, man, just go try it. Because I had already had experience with it, prior, just, kind of like on the investing side. And then my stepfather, he had a brokerage when we were growing up. So I had already seen it. I just, I had never just stepped all the way into it.
Gotcha. When did you take Flippology?
2019. I had just got my license.
So that's when we first met.
Yeah, that's when we first met.
Flippology. Yeah, Flippology.
Yeah, I don't even know if I had got my license yet. I don't know. It was around spring or something when we went to Flippology that time.
Yeah, I think it was like that March session.
Oh yeah, I hadn't got my license yet because I didn't get my license until like April.
Yeah, I think it was it March or July? It was one of those sessions.
Yeah, either I had not got them yet or I had just got them.
I think you must have just got them because I feel like you gave me a card.
I probably had just got them. So it had to be
you
that
gave
July
me a
session.
card.
It was a July session. I had just got them.
Yep.
So I was probably 2-3 months in, because like everybody else, on my first shot taking that test, I didn't pass. Got a little depressed a little bit because I thought I had put everything into it, but apparently I didn't. So second time around, I was like, nah, I saw some gaps of where I could have changed some things or did some things better. So I just made those tweaks to those, loose ends. And I came out, with my license.
Gotcha. How long did it take you to close your first deal?
All right. So I started out with KW, and they make you go through this 6-week training called Ignite. I closed my first deal while I was in my 6-week training.
Okay.
So probably it took me, a month? Because as soon as I got my license, what I did was I just sent out a mass text to everybody in my phone. Hey, I got my license, blah, blah, blah. I'm at Keller Williams. And a couple people responded. And I had, I got my first taste of it while I was in Ignite. And I just had to act like I knew what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I had to fake it. Till I got to the finish line.
Gotcha. When you closed your first deal, how did you close any other deals in that 6-week time period?
Not in that 6-week time period, but I closed some more deals in like the next 30, after Ignite, after that deal, I closed a couple other deals like in the next 45 days, 60 days.
So when do you think you really start to take off? Like, what was that moment where you say, okay, Gerrad, I can do this?
It was probably after my 6th or 7th deal. And I realized, like, wait a minute, this is real, because it started coming back to back. And I looked up and I just had my head down. Like, if I was just grinding, like not keeping up with, certain things, like with my numbers and things like that, because I was just trying to still learn the business and, get business at the same time, and not realizing I was actually being, pretty successful, for in that short amount of time. So after it was like my 6th, 7th deal, I realized, like, this is a real thing. Like, this is happening. I can do this. And that's when I catapulted. I started taking marketing serious. I started taking the business serious. I started taking the educational piece serious. I started taking the networking piece serious. I tried to be intentional about everything I did or everything I was doing.
What do you think, what skills did you learn in the Walmart system that translated to real estate?
That's easy. Easy answer to that is be nice to everybody. Regardless, because you don't know who people are, you don't know what they need. Just be nice to everybody and provide them with the same energy you want somebody to provide me. Like that was one of the things that I learned from, stocking shelves, and then they start eventually put me out on the floor to just be nice to everybody, greet everybody with a smile. Hey, how you doing? Because a lot of people will deal with you based off your energy. So I always know that energy transfers. So if you got good energy, it's going to transfer to you and it's going to transfer back to me, and it'll transfer down the line. So that was one of the things that I learned that, working at Walmart was to be nice to everybody.
Got you. So going into your second year, how did it fare compared to your first?
How do I answer that?
Cha-ching. It's like,
yeah. That's when, like the first, because I got my license like around April. So from April to December, I looked up and I had made my salary in corporate. I was like, wow, that was quick. So the second year, I tripled my salary. So it scared me. Not really scared me in a bad way. I was like, how did this happen? Because now the deals are coming hand over fist. I was on social media every day. Just being active out here in the streets, like when I met you at Flippology in my first year, I didn't know too much about real estate. So I'm doing my real estate business and I'm doing a full flip, a full gut flip, like basically a new construction. So I hit the ground running. So I was posting that as well. And people was like, this guy must know what he's doing because he got a real estate business and he's doing a full on-fledged, flip, a fix and flip. So yeah, that second year, it went through the roof. You know what I mean? Like I looked at the numbers at the end and I was like, I only asked God to supplement my salary, give me my salary back. And he was like, nah, G, we got something better for you. So he tripled it. And I was like, I can do this. I can rock with this. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those things. And I ended up being rookie of the year in my brokerage at KW. And they was like, they had never seen somebody to come in a year and put up the numbers that I put up amidst of everything that was going on.
Wow. So at this point, is it still you? Do you have a team? What's your business look like? Your model, your team look like if you have
I have a team now.
Okay.
That year I didn't have a team, and you see all these grays in my beard, so it ran me crazy. So now I have a team. So what my team looks like is I have a showing agent and I have an assistant. So what my assistant, what she does is in the morning she gets up, she emails properties, send properties out to all my clients. She answers emails. And she take care of my day-to-day admin stuff, paperwork, scheduling showings. When I get listings, she'll, set up the photo shoots for the listings and things like that. That is a huge help for me because I'm doing multiple things and I can't be everywhere at the same time. My showing agent, same thing, if I got, I don't know, 6 clients right now at the same time or more, I can't go show them all at the same time. I can't be over here and over there. So I had to incorporate that into my business. If not, I was going to sink. I was going to fall because I had more business coming at me than I could stand as a one-man team. I couldn't do that. So I had to hire people.
So what came first, the assistant or the showing agent?
Showing agent.
Showing agent.
Yep. And then I was like, business is still coming in. So now I was like, I got to go ahead and get me an assistant. Nope, I take that back. Let's go reverse. The assistant came first. And then I hired a showing agent because things were just doubling up on me and tripling up. Like each day, I might have 4, 5, 6 showings I got to go do. And I got to attend this rehab. And then as soon as I got out of that rehab, I went and did another one. So, I'm kind of like basically GCing the project. I got to be there. So I got to be boots on the ground and I got to service my clients. So I was doing a lot.
Gotcha. What is the real estate market like in Atlanta?
You ever been in the car and had a blowout doing 80 miles per hour? That's what it's like. It's like being in the car, you're on 285, doing 85, 90, and then you have a blowout. You're going, you're smooth, you ride, you fly, and then boom, you got a blowout. So now it's like you ride with a wagon wheel. If you put the brakes on, you're going to flip over. So you can't put the brakes on. You got to ride that thing out, man. So just the state of the market now, it has everybody concerned. And you have to stay ahead of the curve. So a lot of things, like I know we were talking before this, you was asking me like, well, gee, how you making out, bro? Like, what are you doing? And remember, I had started getting to the point of I had to be creative on how I do business, as far as in the real estate world. You have to come up, research, find other programs to get people in because now the traditional buyer is up against cash buyers. You got hedge funds, you got the iBuyers, and you got people that are coming from other states that just got a ton of cash that they can pay cash for a house. So if you got a single mom, she has a decent job, she might be doing FHA or whatever. She got her down payment and closing costs or whatever, but you got somebody that's going to come in. I was like, I'm going to give you $25,000 over your list price cash and I can close in 14 days. That's tough to compete with. So what I did was I figured out how to turn my clients into cash buyers. So now we can compete. So now you're not having to do the 30-day closing or whatever. We can close in 21 days or less, just like those guys, and we're cash. Then, you got people that are credit challenged. We were just talking about this, about how we have to deal with credit challenges with our clients. Got some programs now where if your credit is challenged, we still can get you in a home. And then we can work on your credit. We can work backwards. We'll get you in the house, and then we can work on your credit while you're in the house. And then you can finance up out of that. And then now you are a traditional buyer. So these are the things that I had to just get out here and figure out. Like we got to do something different if we want something different, because we got a lot of things that we're up against, and then these iBuyers, or not even the iBuyers, these hedge funds, they buying up all the houses and they turn this back to renters. So I just think one of the ways that maybe I'm getting off subject, but one of the ways we can control that is, these agents need to talk to our sellers and like, hey man, stop selling to these hedge funds because you're putting us out of work. Because if all the houses are bought up and you rent and they rent them out, Nobody's selling anymore. So eventually we're going to be out of a job. You're looking at the small, you're looking at the money you're getting right now, but you're not looking at the bigger picture. Sometimes they don't see past their nose. You're looking at, oh, I got you an extra 25, 30,000. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. But think about 3 or 4 years from now when you keep doing that, and now all the communities that you would be buying and selling in, they renting. They're all renters. Now you don't have a job. Now you got to go back to corporate America, or you got to figure something else out because we're going to be obsolete.
I'm glad you said that. So I'm a new agent. No, I'm gonna change the scenario. I am a seasoned agent, used to the market being one way.
Correct.
What would be 2 things you would tell me to focus on to help adjust? Because the way we did business, the way we did business last year is not the same as this year.
What I tell you to do, one thing I tell you to do is if you're just using one lender, that's fine. But I suggest you get you 2 or 3 more and look at the products that they're offering. Find a lender that's growing with the times, that's changing with the times, that's being creative to get people in. Like one of my preferred lenders, he called me the other day, and we boys, like we've been friends since like 96. We both went to Georgia Southern together and we started together. And he was like, look, G, I got a program for you. And I was like, what's up? And he was like, look, we got a program where we only need 1 year 1099 as opposed to 2 years. And he was like, it's going to be a little bit more, down payment, but they don't have to do the 2 year, 1099. They got 1 year 1099. This is the minimum credit score is like a 640, 650. He was like, brother, we can get them in there. Then he was like, I got a bank statement program. You got a lot of people out here that are entrepreneurs. Atlanta is the hub of entrepreneurs, small business. Everybody a boss. Everybody
and their mama. Everybody and their mama.
A boss. I'm a boss. I got my own business. Well, come on then, boss. Let me get you in this house, boss. So, he got a program that's okay, you get paid cash or whatever. Oh, we got a bank statement program for you. If you got a lender that's just doing FHA, conventional, USDA or VA, you're gonna be dead in the water. Like I got another one of my lenders, they got a cash program where they turn you into a cash buyer. Just did. I was first agent in Georgia to close on this program because they just rolled it out. They rolled it out the same week. I put somebody in the program. I'm like, well, let me be the guinea pig. Let's try it out. And it worked. It worked like a charm. So I would say to a seasoned agent that's been doing business the same way, change your scope. Look at the way the market is changing and look at the trends and shift towards that so you can continue to be successful.
We probably should have touched on this earlier.
That's fine. We can touch on it now.
What, for those who don't know, give us a real depiction of what Atlanta actually is. Because, some people think LaGrange is Atlanta.
That ain't Atlanta. Do we need to just play the song with Amaretta? LaGrange is not Atlanta.
It's so, people think it's a huge span, but just kind of give us a picture of what it would look, what Atlanta really looks like.
All right. So now for my real Atlanta folks, you got city of Atlanta, Fulton County, Atlanta. And then you got your suburbs. You got Decatur. You got Brookhaven. You got Lithonia. You got Stonecrest. You have Fairburn. You have Marietta. You have Gwinnett, Lawrenceville, Duluth. So I'll just talk about it in terms of counties. You got your Cobb County. You have your Gwinnett County. You got DeKalb County. You got Fulton. And I guess you got Clayton County. You got Henry County. These are counties that are, just kind of make up Metro Atlanta. I think now they're even trying to expand it to like Douglas or Paulding. You know what I mean? Because Atlanta is growing. And what I'm seeing too is we're being priced out within the perimeter, within 285. Right now it's pushing people to the outskirts, which is now why they're saying it's Atlanta, and it's not. It's just you're pushing people out there and you're trying to sell them on that, and it's not really Atlanta. And I'm just saying, like now, I think in the next 5 years, you're gonna look down, people are gonna be talking about Macon as Atlanta because they're gonna be forced to move out there and then commute to Atlanta. Like I just closed a deal out there. This guy, I just relocated a guy from Massachusetts. He was like, "Hey, I want to be in Atlanta." Boom, I got him pre-approved. And I'm like, your pre-approval doesn't say Atlanta. Like, it's not a small amount, but for what you need for your family size, we got to go on the outskirts. So, Atlanta is growing. So I don't know if they intend on making these other counties a metro, but that's just my depiction of what Atlanta is. Your Cobb, Gwinnett, Fulton, I guess South Fulton, DeKalb, Clayton, Henry, those counties.
What would you say the average sales price is for 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Metro Atlanta?
In Metro Atlanta, we're looking at about $375. Is average sales price right now. $375, $375, $380 is average sales price.
And what type of home can someone get for $375?
You can get a new construction, but it's not going to have all the bells and whistles. You got to just think about what you would have got 3 to 4 years ago versus right now. You'll get 3 little rooms. You get a half bath. You'll probably get a little 2-car garage, and you're probably going to get 0.02 of an acre. You're going to get just a little matchbox. You're not going to get a whole bunch of land. It'll be nice. And I'm just speaking from new construction.
Right.
If you're going on the resale side, even though that house is $375 listed, people are paying up to $400, $415 because what's happening is people are having to pay over the appraised value of the house or over the asking price to win offers. So essentially, a lot of times people are going into the house upside down. I don't want to say it like that, but this is just true. People are going into upside down, but if this is going to be their forever home, who cares? If you got the extra money to play with like that, then by all means, go for it.
What do you think the market will do with the increase in everything? So like I've been in the game for like 17 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen where rents are constantly increasing, interest rates are constantly increasing, and housing prices are constantly increasing. Like there's not really, like I get calls every day. I need to move. My landlord's going up $400-$500. And I was like, well, what do you pay for rent? Well, I'm already paying $2,000. So what do you think so I'm gonna ask you from a realtor standpoint, and I want to hear your standpoint from an investor. What do you think can be done or needs to be done to make it more affordable or to fix some of the issues we have with housing?
All right. So I'm going to speak from the investor standpoint first. As investors, as such as myself, we go out and buy properties, we fix them up, and, we list them. I think one solution could be to list a property that is at an affordable price so that a family can get this home, so a family can buy it. I also think that sometimes we teeter the line between, capitalism and honestly just morals. Like, okay, I can get an extra $50,000, but here's a family of four that ain't gonna have nowhere to live. So it's kind of like, what do I do? You gotta teeter that line. So I think from an investor standpoint, I think we should continue to buy houses, buy multifamilies, fix them up, and then rent them at an affordable rate or sell them at an affordable rate. So traditional home buyers, working class families are not pushed out to the street and becoming homeless. Like if you know the house is only worth 250, don't list it at 350. The house is only worth 250, sell it at 250. So a home buyer can get in there instead of price gouging and you still just putting people out. Because now when you put it out there this price, either a hedge fund is going to buy it and they're going to rent it out to somebody, or it's just going to sit there for a minute. So that's just me from the investor standpoint. I think we should continue to invest, make the communities nice, but make it affordable so people can move back in these communities and not be priced out. From a realtor standpoint, it's hard to say what this market is going to do because, like you just said, rent's going up, prices is going up, interest rates is going up. That's just, it's hard to say because they've been saying for a while it's going to crash. I honestly think the market will correct itself. I think it will correct itself. We just don't know when. We can do all the predictions that we want, but until it actually happens, we really don't know what's going to happen. I did a video a couple of weeks ago where I was out in Gwinnett, and they have a new construction community that they're building houses, and it's for rent only. You can't buy it. So that's kind of telling, that's giving me an indication of where we're going. Like, I think the world is looking at, because a lot of millennials, they don't care about home ownership. They just want something nice. I don't think they want the responsibility of home ownership. So I think they're paying attention to that, and they're just kind of giving a certain genre of people or a certain age group of people what they want, but there's a lot of people out here who really want to be homeowners. And you building communities that people could buy and you rent them out. And it was a 3-bedroom and the rent was starting at $2,250 for a 3-bedroom, Kev. And it was like 1,700, 1,800 square feet. So you a mortgage officer, you a loan officer, $2,250. That's what, $300 and something thousand house?
About 350 with the rates they are today.
Yeah, but you got a house that's 1,700, 1,800 square feet, and your starting rent is $2,250. So I think a lot of people, we're just kind of in limbo. We're trying to figure out like what's going to happen. But I just think what we can do as lenders, or not really lenders, but as realtors and investors, on the realtor side, when we get listings, we kind of got to, like I was saying earlier, advise our sellers like, hey, man, let's sell this to a family that, wants to buy a home. 2, let's not go for this higher price that this hedge fund is going to give you, because now, of course, it looks good on the comps, but now you pricing families out of communities. And then on the investor side, like I said, just keep fixing and flipping, and let's sell to people who want to buy homes, who can buy homes. That's just what I think we should do.
Right.
And that's the model that I go by. Like, I don't want to just sell to a hedge fund. I want to sell it to a family.
So currently, your business in terms of as a realtor, who's your clients that you're majority of your clients right now? Are they first-time home buyers, second-time investors?
My clients are pretty much all three. I have a bunch of first-time home buyers. I have some second and third-time home buyers, and I also have investors. My second time and third time home buyers, they're pretty seasoned and they understand the state of the market and they understand real estate. So most of them have a home to sell. So they're taking the proceeds from that, and then they can compete in this market if they want to do a resale. First time home buyers, me and you was talking earlier, like I struggle a little bit with them sometimes because they haven't been educated properly on credit, how to use credit, what is it for? They haven't been educated on real estate in a whole. So it's kind of like I'm a coach on the first day. Like you've never played football before, so I got to teach you the fundamentals. So I take them under my wing and I explain to them credit. I explain to them the real estate process, down payment, closing costs, getting an inspection, an appraisal. I explain everything to them. Like I pretty much hold their hand. And then the ones that don't have the right credit, I don't just spit them out. I just put them in my pipeline and I work with them continuously until they get to where they need to be financially and credit wise. And then I get them into something. So that's what's keeping my business going. For my investor clients, I just give them a criteria. They give me a criteria, what they're looking for. And, like our buddy said, we need proof of funds up front. I'm not even talking to you until, like my buddy Ramon say, hey, man, if you don't have proof of funds, man, I'm not talking to you. And I'm going to be honest with you, transparent, on my first year in real estate, I got ran around a lot dealing with investor clients. Oh, man, I want to invest. Can you send me some properties? I'm coming into town. Can you show me around? So I'm eager to get the business. So I'm out here spending my gas money, running around town, and I realized I'm out here with a tire kicker. You got no money. You don't have no intentions. You just out here doing something. You wasting my time. You wasting my gas. So, it grew me up quick. So with that, with my investors, they tell me what they want. I was like, do you have funding? If they don't have funding, I get them funding. So I have a list of lenders, hard money or whatever the case may be. I'll send it to them like, hey, go get your funding first, then come back to see me. Once you get your funding, then we can go talk and tell me where you want, what you're looking for. And then, I'll address that.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I think people don't understand that because you say you want to be an investor and you're an investor and you're a realtor doesn't mean because you see houses all the time that you want to show houses to somebody who can't buy. There's still some people who think, it's your job to show them a house. I can buy. And then most of the time, the person that said I can buy can't buy anything.
They be capping, bro. They be capping. I done ran into a series of professional cappers, bro. And I want to say this too. A lot of times what I've run into a lot is, they're on the internet and they're seeing people, they think they can invest with no money, with zero money down. And I'm like, bro, if that was the case, we'd all be doing it. You got to have some capital. And then a lot of them don't understand what a hard money loan is and how it works. And I tell them like, most of it is a reimbursement program. And they're like looking at me like, what's that? I say, well, after you pay your down payment and closing costs, you get the property. I said, you got to have enough money to start your property, the project off. You got to have the money to start it off. I said, don't let these people tell you that you don't need any money. You need some money. You need some money. I said, you got to start your project off, and then they're gonna come and inspect it. Then they're gonna run you your check back. That's how that works. So that's one of the one of the obstacles I used to run into all the time. Like, hey man, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not gonna go smooth. And don't do it by yourself. Get you a partner or a couple partners, so that way everybody can do a little, so one person ain't got to do a lot.
Right. And I think the problem there is that they don't want to share the profits.
They don't want to share the profits.
They don't want to share the profits.
Yeah. Not even with me, because I told them, I was like, the other time I need contractors. Can you turn me on? I can manage your project. I can do it for you. Just this is what I need of your budget. Like give me 15% of your rehab budget, and I'll make sure everything gets done from start to finish. Why I got to pay you that? You don't. Find your own people and do it yourself. You don't. I'm like, it ain't no sweat I want back. A lot of cats want to, call and ask me a million questions. And that stopped when I started saying, hey man, it sounds like you need a consultation. Well, yeah, can we? Yeah, $500, $350 for an hour. I was like, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me, because people will call you or DM you, and then they'll have an essay of questions that they want to ask you. Well, let me pick your brain. No, man. Like, do you know how much blood, sweat, and tears I had to go through to get the knowledge that I'm still getting? Like, I'm still learning. I was like, so you want me to just give it to you?
In the famous line, one more question.
One more question. And I'd be like, nah, man, no.
One more question.
One more question. I was like, I got one more answer. Proof of funds, pay me. And I don't want to beat, it's a fine line. Like, you want to help people, but you realize people will just waste your time. And this is just my way of weeding out of people who are wasting time. They just want to ask you a million questions.
Time wasted.
Time wasters. And then they'll go do the deal with somebody else.
So this has been a great perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been in the business long.
No, 3.5
3.5 years.
Yeah.
And you've had a level. I've watched you grow, continue to sell, and do great things in real estate. If there's somebody who is interested in getting into real estate and they don't know, their fear is leaving their job and making an income to supplement their job, what are a few steps or things that they should do to prepare before they make that jump, or if they even make the jump?
Good question. So if they call and ask me that today, like right now in this market, man, I'm not one of those people that's going to BS you. I'm going to tell you the real all the time. And I probably would tell that person, like, don't quit your day job just yet. Make sure that you have, excess of money saved up, because real estate is not easy. Because a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna quit my job, I'm gonna do real estate, because they see when we post, they just see the shiny part. They don't see the long nights, long days, and all the stress that comes with it. Like, we fight a lot of battles that the regular average Joe person does not see. We have to deal with multiple personalities. We're dealing with 5, 6, 7, 8 people on a transaction. So you dealing with a lender, your client, you're dealing with an appraiser, an inspector, underwriters. You're dealing with a lot of different people. And then even just to get to that point, you got to get out here on the concrete and market yourself to even get to a point where you're dealing with these people. And, once you get your license, people think, I'm going to get my license and I'm going to get out here. And I'm like, no, the deals don't fall in your lap. Like these deals don't fall in your lap. Like, and I don't think people understand that part of the business. Like you really have to get out here and you have to hustle. You have to work. And sometimes you don't get no hour lunch break. Sometimes you don't get to get in the bed at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. It's been nice. I've been working on deals 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. People constantly calling you. I done had a young lady call me at 2:30 in the morning. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm in the bed. Well, I was at work and I had a question. What? Like you, just because we work an odd schedule, that don't mean everybody else do. And that's the thing people don't realize too. Like realtors, we're always on call. Like we're always on call. I don't care if it's Sunday, Monday, Valentine's Day, Memorial Day, doesn't matter. Your phone gotta be on. And you have some clients that you have to tend to more than others. But yeah, for somebody that's coming out right now and they say they want to get into real estate, I tell them it's not for the faint of heart and be ready to grind. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I encourage it. Like I really encourage people to do it, but get out here and do it. Don't just get your license and then be a secret agent. People don't know you're an agent, or you just want to do one deal a year. Like that's a waste of time. Like you had to go through so much to get a license and then not fully use it and execute what you really can do with it.
Got you, man. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a great perspective. It's a great perspective, man. Because, looking from the outside in, you would just think 9 to 5, dress up, show houses.
Let me touch on that real quick. Glad you brought that. I'm glad you touched on that because I'm not one of the guys that, and I don't knock the guys that do it. I don't knock the people that do it, because whatever works for you, I support it. That's just not me. So people, I've been told, gee, you need to dress up your page or your image a little bit. And I'm like, but that's not me. So if I do that, I'm giving you a representative and I'm not giving you G. I don't know that guy that's going to put on, a $3,000-$4,000 suit. I don't know that guy. I know the guy that's going to put on a hoodie or a nice, I put on a nice shirt, some jeans or some shorts or whatever. I was like, this is my happy place. This is my comfort zone. Now, when it's a time and a place for me to put that on, believe I'm gonna put it on. I know how to put it on. I can put it on with the best of them, but that's not me, man. And I don't think people today, they're not into what some of them are, but they're not into what you got on right here. They're into what you got right here. And that's what I try to, and that's always been my angle and my message. Like, yeah, I got on some shorts and a shirt or whatever. I was like, but I'm about to go ahead and negotiate my ass off for you and make sure you get what you're supposed to get and then some. We're gonna get this deal closed. I said, we going to the closing table. Like you can go over there and lay down if you want to. I got it from here. And I think a lot of people look at it like, and he looked like that, but when that boy opened his mouth, he know what he's talking about, and he's very well spoken. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, it ain't about the clothes. I was like, this is just what I put on. I said, because they've had the image that realtors dress up every day. We drive big time luxury cars, and we may have luxury car or 2 or 3, but that's not our everyday life. Like I love my pickup truck. I don't care about, I'm a country boy, so I want to get in my pickup truck every day. I'm gonna go out and show houses or go to one of my projects where I'm doing a rehab or a new build, and that's just, and I'm gonna give it to you like raw and uncut, but I'm gonna give you my best each and every time.
Gotcha. Well, man, this has been insightful. I love your perspectives. We got a lot of great information. For anyone who is looking to get some information from you, whether it's a consultation, on the investment side or some questions about real estate in general, how can they reach you?
You can catch me on IG. My IG is Gerrad Sales Atlanta, GerradSalesAtlanta. You can call me. This is the same phone number. My mama called me, my family called me, my brother, my friends, 678-670-7858.
Cool. Hey guys, this is the episode of the Real Estate Proverbs Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Jefferson. Mr. Gerrad Sales Atlanta. Have a great day.
Man, thank you, Kev. It was
no
a pleasure.
problem. No problem, bro.
All right.
Thank you for watching the Real Estate Proverbs Podcast with Kevin Jefferson. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when the latest video drops.